Okay, so if I remember my stats properly, Rogue is my best class. I really like combos, I really like playing for value, and Rogue seems to play to those strengths. So we're going to go with a Rogue choice here. It's Sunday afternoon or early Sunday evening when I'm playing this game. Starting out with some legendary picks, wonderful. So the player base should be larger than usual, and I should have some decent luck here. So let's see. Archthief, probably. Yeah, Trade Prince Gallywix. Archthief is probably more of a win more given the 9 casting cost. Illidan could really swing a game at 6. Especially in a rogue where I'm going to be probably trying to combo and have some cheap cards. Same attack. Let's go with Illidan here and see how that plays out. Okay. Harvest Golem. Give me a nice sticky minion. Backstab or Fan of Knives. We're going to start with the backstab. Fan of Knives is nice, but having something to combo is good. We're going to go with the Ogre Magi. I feel like one more backstab isn't too weak. Leaning towards that Wolf Rider, but it's essentially the same function as backstab and costs a lot more for one more damage. Obviously going to take the Kraken here. So I don't really have much of an indication of what this deck is doing yet. I've got... So the Pit Snake is nice. It gets removed really easily by several of the hero powers. Sprint, if we make it to turn 7 and have used up most of our cards, is really useful. So let's take the Sprint. So again, no quality 2s yet. The Rifleman is nice. I'm likely to have a weapon though, so let's go ahead and grab this deckhand. A couple of 1-drops don't hurt. I'd rather have the Bluegill over the Engineer here. Second legendary. Do we Reno Jackson? We have 2 backstabs. We're likely to get rid of it. We're not likely to duplicate much of our deck. The other choice here is obviously Sky Captain Crag, but if we're not building a deck around that, it's not that great. So let's take Reno and try to avoid duplicates. Ancient Watcher, we don't have anything to activate him at all. Same with the Nerubian Egg. So the Mystic here. Okay, talking about quality 2s. I'd love to take this Ogre, but I've already got a Kraken. Reno Jackson isn't bad. Illidan is okay. I've already got a couple of 6s, and I absolutely have to have some 2s here. And Vanish is garbage. 2 backstabs. We can't really think about taking a third one. Pit Snake has the same problems that it had before. And the Clockwork Gnome at least gives me a spare part out of what it's doing when it gets pinged off the board. I'm going to take the Cleric here because it's just a little bit more consistent than the Ghoul. Another Ringleader. Okay, we're starting to get there. That Sap would be kind of nice too, but we can wait on that. In a Rogue, we're going to be using Face to remove, not infrequently. Although we don't have any, well, they're both 5s. So far, let's take the Healer. That little bit of healing can make a big difference sometimes. I'm not going to be controlling any secrets. So this Raptor is pretty much objectively the best choice here, especially if I can duplicate it on a Death Rattle. Betrayal is it's pretty good most of the time. Definitely better than a Sap, because it's going to outright kill things. Another Kraken, I don't think I can justify it. I need the cheaper stuff in this deck. We have one mech, two mechs, so Clockwork Knight, although the Tall Strider is almost as good as the Clockwork Knight for a whole turn earlier. We're going to take it. I don't think we have enough pirates to justify the one-eyed cheat. He dies too easily. The Master Jouster is nice if he actually gets his power, but we're already struggling with our early game on this. So honestly, as much as I don't like that 1 health on the cheat, I'm gonna go ahead and take him. If I take the Dragonhawk, it's a pretty lowly rated card, but it's not effectively something I can do unless I have 2s to back it up on turn 4 to hero power with. It is a 3/3 for 3. The Cleric, I don't think, has enough targets to buff at this point. We've already got the one of them. The Heckler is a turn later than those. I need the 3s because I don't have the 2s. Snowball's not a bad turn 4. Harpy just doesn't have the stats to be a 6. Though Ice Rager, again, it's a threatening card that demands removal, and there's a chance that it can punch up really high. So it's certainly no Flame Rager or Lava Rager or Magma Rager, I do believe. So let's take it, see how it goes. It'd be really nice if we started getting any 2s. I've got enough endgame. The Dragonhawk is an awful card, but it's going to be something that lets me get on the board at all. So there we go. Something half decent. Toad. We only have one other 5. I guess we'll take the Raider here. Usually get some decent value out of it. Again, I feel like I have to take a 3 here. Nightblade's not that great. The Trog is okay. What other 4s do I have? Kezan Mystic, Tall Strider, Magi. The Valorant Mage just doesn't do much to the board. Let's take the Trog here. Direwolf or Huge Toad. I've got a couple of 1s that the Wolf would be buffing, but I think the Toad is the good pick here. Fan of Knives helps me cycle a little bit in the early game, helps me against aggro. I like the Lance Carrier though. I need more bodies. Viscerate. Viscerate's gonna help me keep the board taken care of. Healbot in this, I just don't think I can afford to have a 3/3 on turn 5. So this, along with my backstabs and a couple of my cheaper creatures, is gonna help out. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I've got plenty of 2s. 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, my curve is looking pretty okay. So this Eviscerate makes me feel really good, actually. And then SI Agent or Mind Control Tech. Huh. So now that I feel a little bit better about my curve, and it looks okay, I've got a lot of low casting costs, would activate the agent really well. I don't think I'm going to be behind as often, and the value and tempo that the SA agent can give seems like a really good choice. So, Turn off my phone so that it doesn't interrupt us anymore. Let's look at this deck. We've got a couple of backstabs. We've got an eviscerate. We did not manage to get any assassinates, but, you know, Kraken is going to help out a little. Illid and Reno might end up doing us a lot of job. I kind of forgot Reno, so if we're lucky, these all three will have been drawn out of the deck by that point. He's a half decent body too. So how aggressive do I need to play this? I've got some ones. I feel like this is more of a tempo deck than anything. It's got a good curve. It's got a decent amount of reach. And my weapon's going to supplement all of that. So we'll play it a little on the aggressive side and see how it goes from there.